Hey, I'm Skyler Woodward. I'm two-time Moscone Cup MVP, and you're watching Railbirds TV.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jeremy Jones with Railbirds TV, coming to you from the 2020 Derby City Classic One Pocket Division. Two great players, two of America's finest. Danny Smith at the table now, playing Skyler Woodward. This is a round 6 match. You can see that we're catching this match at a 1-0 score. Danny going offensive on this long rail bank, trailing 1-0. Okay, I'm not sure he's gonna. I got a little tickle on the what is the 5 ball there, but didn't give up a shot. You can see Skyler Woodward with undefeated so far through 5 rounds. Some nice wins there. David Grossman and his last win, really solid player from the Florida area. Danny Smith lost to Joey Gray, but you can see big win over Efren in round 4. So he's got a loss, but Danny's one tough customer, especially in this arena. Now Skyler can't really do a whole lot here trying to defend a 5 ball. Don't want to open the balls too much. Kept the top of the stack real solid though, which was important. Now Danny's immediately going to look at the 7, which he banked at last time. Is there a double up situation near up the table if he wanted to bank at that 7? I like this shot. He's got a ball on his side a little bit up the table. I'd be careful here now. You don't want to let him see one of those balls up the table though. So it's either know you're going to get behind the 5 or just lay behind the stack where Sky can't get at that 7 or the 12, or I'm not sure what the ball all the way up the table is, maybe the 10, but these are the type of shots, especially with already that 5 ball there, can start to get yourself in a bit of trouble. Now probably just a soft kick on the 5. Not really a whole lot he can do here. He put a little speed on it, so nice solid hit though. Really important that he kept Skyler off of that 7 ball. Skyler probably still do something with the 3, but if he could get at that 7, he could probably drop the cue ball down on the left first diamond up on the top rail, making things difficult for Danny. Looks like he's queuing up on the 3. He's going to drag the cue ball back. Now he's going to contact the 5 or the 12 most likely. But that was all about the cue ball. You see how he really put the focus on the cue ball. Now does Danny have a kick shot maybe on the 1? Oh, he just came off the 5. Smart shot, laying the cue, opening the balls. You need to lay the cue ball down a little better probably. And Danny could bank the 5 back across and drop the cue ball below the 1. Can he see the 1? Or is this just a kick shot at the 1? It's going to give up a bank. And not the type of bank you want to give up to any players, but especially these top players looking to make this and go up the table with the cue ball and try and get some balls. He caught the point. Watch out, side pocket. Okay, so the 1's kind of covered up the bank on the 5, maybe thankfully for Skyler. I think Danny's still got to play it over there, though. Maybe rubs the stack a little bit here. Maybe he just stuns it and contains the cue ball. He's got to watch out for giving up a bank on the 8, though. Oh, he did really nice with the cue ball. Real smart. So now in a couple shots, things have turned around a little bit. Looks like he's going to edge a 3, maybe. And this is dangerous. I mean, you want to make sure you lay this cue ball down here. So instead of kicking at the 1, okay. Nice cue ball. Wouldn't have wanted him to see the 3, or not as much of the 3 maybe, but. Wonder what Danny might do here. The kick on the 3 is not horrible. Not sure what the 9 and the 2 look like, though, pointed towards Skyler's pocket. This is a real dangerous shot. The 5, you could clear your own pocket with that bank. You may spin bank this towards his pocket here. Watch out for the 12 coming back across. What a great shot that was. Is he going to get there? It is. Really hit that nice. And that's why kicking at the 1, if you're Skyler, instead of opening that ball up, really is a better play. Just a little more security. Now Danny had to come with a great shot there. But, you know, that's what guys are going to do. They're going to look to create. And Danny Smith in a great position here to get this match tied up at 1 game apiece. I think he needs 2. Top inside or back and forth, either way. Just the line of the cue ball was most important there. He had 2 balls to choose from. A little bit of a stretch here on his case ball to tie this match. And I think, you know, just watching this game here, this second game, I think Danny might be in a little bit of an aggressive mode or mood, you might say. So, I mean, that happens. It happens with all players. You get a little more aggressive, and if Skyler can pay attention to that and make sure he freezes that cue ball on the rail a little bit more, and you know, you can play to where you might feel like when somebody's in that kind of mode, you might get some easy shots if you wait a little bit. We'll see how it plays out. Danny winning the lag. He's going to break here in game number 3. It's a race to 3 here at the Derby. This is the main event of the 1 pocket. It looks like a pretty good break, I think. The 14 looks like a kiss. Can't get at the 2. I'm not sure what he might do here. Can he give him the 2 and go up the rail with the cue ball? That's not that great either. Shoot the 14 into the 2 maybe with some speed. 4 and 8's not sitting horribly for you. Could get a double kiss with the cue ball, but there's a lot of balls sitting funny, so we'll see how Skyler could just roll off of that 13, which is above the spot, and drift the cue ball on top of the 1. That's not horrible. Put that 13 on your side up the table maybe. I didn't mind that shot. I know there's a little risk there, but hard to give up cross corners with the 4 and 8. You don't figure to disrupt those on that shot. You know, and just, like I said, I know there was some risk, but I think there was some value in that shot as well. Now Danny's going to look at this 1 ball straight back. I'm sure of it. I would be too. He just stuns the cue ball 1 rail across towards the bottom of the 11 with the cue ball. And it's the type of bank, I think anyways, sometimes the camera will fool you, but it looks like to me he can lay the speed on the 1 ball down along with the cue ball, which is really important. Because you're worried a little bit about the 9 or the 13, or maybe even letting your opponent see the 7. So that could cause some problems. But if you make the bank, man. a little discussion of some sort here. Okay, we'll see what Danny wants to do. He can move these two balls and go up the right side of the table with the cue ball. Maybe. Maybe he's looking at kicking at him or putting him behind it. I really think he's going to look at the 1 overall. I know you got to go across the table with the cue ball, but the type of shot Danny likes, I like it myself. He's looking at spinning the 9, which I think could give up a 4-8 combo. This is really dangerous. Could end up behind. Oh, he came across it. Okay, he's going to give up something on the 1, though. Maybe even the 7. If he wanted to play a little more tight with the cue ball. Could put the cue ball in the back of the 14, maybe. Okay, that's all right. This guy's kind of put his hands up in the air, but that's okay. Those balls sitting there, I know they bank and everything in Danny's pocket, but you're going to have a lot of freedom, I think, here in a moment. If you're Sky, we'll see what Danny elects to do. He can't get at the kick at the 8 so easily, unless he really spins the cue ball. So Danny may try and use that triple up option here to put a little pressure on Skyler, playing the 9 back, or he might be whizzing at this cross straight back. Did that go far enough? I think that's going to give up a shot on the 8, maybe. We'll see. Skyler's got a lot of shots here, though. He can kiss the 14 over. He can 3-rail the 7 and hold the cue ball. Caught the point, straightened out, and went up in that upper left. Now we'll see what that ball spotting does. Does that slow Danny down or maybe help his situation? Now the 14 still got him cut off, so. Yeah, he's pointing that cue up table. Is he swinging the 2 ball back, maybe? Thing about that is you got to have a good speed when your opponent has a good advantage, because he could easily give up a cross corner on the 2 at least. Now Skyler could swing this with outside English on the 2 ball. Go around the stack, I believe. Don't think it's hard. You could do it with inside as well, I believe. Stay up the left side of the table with the cue ball. Really think the 2 is okay. You could even be aggressive with outside and try and go, 2 rails in that upper left corner and scratch for the cue ball. Try and get it deep up in there. And if you do scratch, you're not giving up a shot, I don't believe. Of course, you're not trying to scratch, but I'm just saying direct it that way. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about the 4, 1, and 8. I think, like I said, I think banking at the 2 is okay. Inside or outside. And outside, you get to be a little more aggressive with the object ball. Inside is kind of floating over toward the hole like that. Hit it well, though. And now Danny's got to make the 2 on the thin side and not let the cue ball come up really too much. Don't know if he can use the 8. Is he looking at a 12-14 combo, maybe? Yeah, this isn't easy. Yeah, he's trying to see what happens. Maybe if he uses the 1, can he get at the 1 fully? But I don't think that does much for making the 2. Maybe use the 8. Maybe come off the 8 and shove it into the 2 and swing the cue ball around, keep the 1-4 kind of doubled up. I don't know. Is he crossing the 4? He's trying to make the 2 with the cue ball and move the balls towards his pocket. Pretty creative shot. He just didn't follow through and make the 2 with the cue ball. Skyler's got a little bit of choices here. Does he leave the 2 there and play the 1 over and put the cue ball in the stack maybe or something? The 1's very hard to play a natural bank off of in position. It's not easy to get off the 2 to the 14. That's what he'd like to do. Now he can come up the table with the cue ball, maybe get a cut on the 8. That wouldn't be horrible. Going to the stack with the cue ball. Dangerous, though, with your opponent having the 1 so near his pocket. That's what he's going to play, though, I think. And he got really nice. If he likes it, he's going to get the stack open here, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe he goes right into the 11 where cue ball doesn't hit the 9 and the 11 doesn't hit the 12. I don't know. Oh, he's drawing it. I think you got to hit a high ball here if you're going to shoot the 8. Don't really think there's much other choice. And now I see the 14 probably didn't even go, so I think he should shoot the 8 here. He's just going to give up the 1 ball, I think. Oh no, he just double kissed it out. Danny had broke the balls really well in game number 3, but that's long. That advantage has long been gone. Skyler making some nice shots to kind of turn that around a little bit. Okay, this kiss bank here. Looks like it's going to hit the bottom rail. No, he held it up pretty nice. It still caught the bottom rail, but sure did hit it well. Skyler's got a very difficult kick shot, if any at all. Can't play the 14 into the 6, I don't think. Just pushes up on the 14 maybe here. I think if he spots one, it's going to go on the spot. So he's not going to give up a ball like a bank on a ball spotting here. He opened up the cue ball enough to where he could kick at the 7 hanging, just in case Danny decides to just tap the cue ball and take a foul back there. So now is Danny going to kick at the 7, trying to make it and get position maybe up on the 4? Could roll the cue ball back on the 12, taking a foul. That's what I would do, I think. Making it for no kick on the 7. I think the kick right now is not that hard. Okay, he's rolling up on top of it, trying not to give up the kick. He's going to owe one. So I think Skyler can long rail kick here, jacked up, or he can kill it across the table maybe. I don't know. If it goes long rail, tells me the short cushion, or excuse me, the short kick shot off the long cushion is not available. Looks like he straightened it out, but he made it. So that's going to spot, get Danny even. Okay, Danny will survey the stack here. Not sure much of what he has. Maybe edge the 14 maybe and put him in the stack, but you got to be careful long railers then. If you don't get him jacked up, he may bank the 8 or the 9 or something. Probably come back to the bottom rail here somehow, chipping the 14 up. It looks like he's trying to get at, can he get at the 4? Is he one rail in the 4? Wow, what a stroke. Now, overhit it a little bit, but really end up really nice. Got the 8 across up table, got the 4 hidden on his side. Now the 11, I'd be a little worried about if Skyler can do something with the 11 and pin me on the balls. Now that would bother me a little bit. I don't think he's got too many worries. I think he's a little concerned about the 12-14 combo. Danny's shooting at that, but can't really do much. So 12's going to go away. Oh, he caught that ball. Still ended up okay, though. Now this is where the double up situation could get involved. Unless Danny knocks through the 14 and follows down, he may use something up the table. Well, is he looking at a kiss shot here? I don't think it's going to get to the pocket. What I was talking about is coming off the 10 and trying to make the 12-14 combo. When you're that far behind it on the kiss shot, real hard to get enough energy on the object ball to get it to the pocket. Now, from this angle, it makes me think it's a little more doable. But I still think if it does have enough speed on it, the 14 is going to hit the bottom rail. So the way it sits, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world to go. Don't leave him the rail first. Just bank the 2 and go straight up to the end rail, doubling him up on the 3 and the 13. Oh, he's playing the kiss. Is it going to get there? Oh, no. Look at this shot. Great shot here. Danny's showing a lot of knowledge there. He could bank the 14. Could sweep the balls out. Probably that's what he's going to try and do. Now you leave a kiss for the 13. It looks like it. It's close. Doesn't take much to be able to avoid it. Okay, he missed it easily too. And didn't take much time shooting it. He's got a cut back combo on the 6-7. Not sure what Sky's looking at here. Just coming off the ball or laying him down on the rail. Okay, didn't want to leave him see a bank on the 6. That's a nice shot though. Now we're coming maybe the 8 if you're Danny. Oh, you can see the 6. He's playing the 7. This is probably a pretty smart shot here. No, he didn't play the cue ball very safe, though. Thought he'd play that more up and behind the 12 here. He left the 6, and Skyler's one shot from getting some balls here if he can gain some shape. Going 3 rails maybe, or just across. Okay. Just took what he could. If he can reach this, that makes a huge difference. Yeah, this is a difficult decision. Do you draw for these balls trying to open? Do you, follow with a little inside, trying to get on the maybe the 9 or the 2, cut shot on the 2? Do you go softly, trying to drop on the bank? This isn't easy. I'm not sure what the right. I mean, little knowing what the exact angle is makes a huge difference. Looks like he's going to go mildly here. I think he's okay. I think he can stiff this ball in. He overcut the ball to the pocket a little bit. And I think that's what cost him the cue ball not laying on the bottom rail. You could see he kind of took a second glance at the object ball, or at least it appeared so, knowing Skyler. Okay, nice shot. Now should be off to the races, needing 5 to take a 2-1 lead. Should be the 10. Then the 5. I think then the 9 goes. You don't have to go up on the 9 if you don't want. Kind of up to you. Could have used a hair more angle there, but could have 1 rail stun or 2 rails again. Like I said, you don't have to get to the 9 if you don't want. Don't come short and sharp, trying to get to the 9. Because you can always just, play for the 2 and get to where you need 1 and bank the 9 or whatever. So now he should catch 3 rails here, just straight back and forth. Gaining position on the stripe near the spot. And catching the 4th rail, actually. Now he's going to line up for something, you would think. Yeah, only needs 1. I'm not sure if he's aware of it. Maybe he just took a glance at the table to count. Get a count on how many he needed and how many he had. A little bit of a wry smile there after missing that one to end game number 3 and take a 2-1 lead. Still in a great spot. We'll see if Danny elects to shoot at his pocket here. Could bank the 12 maybe and get, the cue ball into the side of the 1 off the rail there and hold the cue ball somewhat safe. Probably just knocks the 9 away, though. I cut it a little bit, so he may give up a long railer. We'll see. Now the 9 got to where he really can't bank the long railer on the 8. If the 9 had not gotten there, though, you may see him shooting at it. Now Danny's going to want to look to shoot at something here before everything ends up just pinned on the end rail. Looks like he's maybe looking at the 12 with a high ball. Just go into the 1 and take your chances that you may come across with the cue ball. Otherwise, he really doesn't. It's not in a great spot. Okay, dodged a scratch. And he may have doubled him up to where he didn't give up a shot on anything at his pocket. Maybe he's got the 3. It's close. If not, he'll just chip off that 12 and drop the cue ball down here to the bottom rail, I believe, anyways. Well, it looks like he's trying to get at the 3. Okay, that may give up a cut to Danny. Not easy, though. Maybe a bank on the 12, drawing the ball for a shape on the 3. Not easy either. Now with the ball on his side, he can be a little aggressive shooting a 3 up into these balls if he wanted to try and remove some. I'd have probably been a little more aggressive with it. Now Danny can cross the 12 on his side. He probably 2 rails it towards his pocket somewhat. Oh, he 1 railed it. Wow. And he's going to give up a shot on the 8. And one that you're going to see Skyler attempt to pocket. And like I said, in game 3. Pretty big favorite here. 8 or 9 out of 10 for this guy. I think that's what it was. Looking at the kick bank on the 8. I think it's doable. Cue ball's not in a bad spot right now if he wanted to shoot it right now. And the only reason being I say that is if you shoot the 12, you have to get the cue ball in a good position for that kick bank again. So a lot of people will say, man, I would like to get that ball, of course, but you need them all anyways, right? So you're going to have to be able to remove the 8. Now, is he trying to do it now? No way. Okay, got it in a pretty good position again for the kick bank. But the thing about leaving the 12 there is if you go up table now and you don't get the 8 in a great position, you may give up a free cross corner on the 3 or the 9. Now, he did pretty well, but when you leave the 12 there, well, the 12 keeps your opponent from banking at one of those balls just in case the 8 doesn't get great. So 2 ways of thinking at it. Both are good. Can he cross this? Yeah, I thought got a kiss. Watch out, cue ball. Oh, he's going to give up a shot as well. And a good one. Opens up the 14 to get on the 8. Makes the 3 available. Maybe the 9 even passes. I doubt it, but maybe. I'll tell you, I've seen Danny Smith get out from spots like this. Oof. Nice stroke there. I think he got on one of the banks, maybe a kick on the 11 even. Can't tell. It looks like he's crossing it over with a little draw on inside. It's pretty tight with the 3 there, though. He hit it great. Killed the cue ball. Sweet. Made the 11. Now decisions. Do I roll the 3? Probably. Can't sell out. You make it a little more than 9. You shoot the 9 right here. Even if it went, I think you're asking for trouble. All right, so now needs 2. It's got a long railer on the 1. He probably just rolls this and lets the cue ball run a little bit. Cue ball be coming a couple rails near the. Oh, he shot it with inside. Like, oh no, he went in and spun it a little bit. Okay. He let it roll out to have that 3 rail position on the 9. So we're going to have a ball game here in game number 3. And after a ball that Skyler probably feels like he shouldn't have missed, Danny Smith running a lot of balls kind of from nowhere. What do you do here? One of the tougher little situations for the ball being up the table. You could easily give up a 2-reeler or a little kick bank or something like that where your opponent has a lot of control. I may take a chance at moving the cue ball back here a couple rails to kind of where it's at now. I know the 9's going to go to my opponent's side, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, you roll this ball easily. Like I said, you could give up a shot. I may try and use a little distance as my best defense in this spot. Now he's 3-railing this. You heard him say it right there. I want to 3-rail it. It's awfully tough hit. Got to hit it either with extreme draw to get to the long rail on the right side with the cue ball, or kill with a lot of inside and going to the end rail, top rail with the cue ball. So I may kick this, come in, swerve behind it, and kick it towards my pocket from the top rail more often than I'd bank at this. Now, neither probably I'm shooting here, but man, he's in a tough spot. I don't mind the kick as much. Yeah, that's what he's doing. I didn't mind that shot as much as the 3-railer. I really didn't. And the key to that shot usually is don't let up on it. I mean, go ahead and hit it a little bit. I know you feel like, man, I could really sell out, but be amazed at how well you can hit it sometimes also. All right, so we'll see if Danny wants to shoot at this 2-railer. If he just wants to move it away. He shot at the 2-railer. It's not going to spread, but what I like is what he did with the cue ball. Kind of like his safest shot as well, the way he struck it. Being able to, put a little pace on the object ball and cue ball. Now, is this 2-railer go? Got to put a good stroke to get through it, not to get the kiss. Oh, he just hit it in the face, which a lot of times I do that as well, like especially critically at the end of the game, both need 1. Let me move it down here in this awkward position to where, I'm not giving up a bank. Not the easiest thing to just play an easy safety for Danny. He's probably got to cross this over to his side maybe and run the cue ball back up table. I don't think he plays it aggressive at the pocket. He may. A lot of gamble in that shot, though. Oh, he hit it great. He hit it great. Wow. And really good cue ball considering how thin it was. Now Skyler can kick bank this. This is the second major tournament with the banks being the first here at the Derby. Table's broken in enough, but I think as long as you don't let up on it, you may scratch up the table with the cue ball, but if you don't let up on it, I think this ball comes out. Go to the bottom rail, straight high English, no side spin on this one. And again, just don't let up on it. Don't baby it too much. Oh, he tried to follow it in. So a little bit of his own clapping there. clapping, giving himself a little applause. 2-1 Danny Smith after trailing 1-0. And that was not the easiest ball to follow in. You know, it was sitting up from the pocket a little bit. He was on the rail, which, you know, you usually want to add a hair of side spin a lot of times on some of those follow-in shots. And didn't want to do that being on the rail. Surprised he didn't jump it off if he was thinking that. But again, he's on the rail with the cue ball, so that wasn't as easy either. Just didn't feel confident trying to move it out. Okay, cue ball needs to get up a little bit. Boy, if it got up, really good break. We'll see what Danny wants to do here. The 3 from a lot of places is not bankable. You might see him kick and stick on the 12 here. Maybe trying to get something going towards his side. That's where, like, practicing these shots, becoming very confident in these shots, these kicks and sticks, not only to be able to hold the cue ball, but really be able to put pace on the 12. I'm not saying it's a correct shot here because, you know, the 3 doesn't bank, but you'd like another ball there that really, you know, cut off a lot of those gaps, like between the 14 and 3 and whatnot. But if you learn to, you know, become confident kicking and sticking that ball where you can get that 12 going back, maybe not to open something up and go in your pocket, but maybe get balls on the top of the stack, something going on your side, really helps. I'm not sure what else he's looking at besides something off the 12. I think he can see a portion of the 14, but Danny sees a lot of shots, and I think in a great manner for the most part. I mean, some of them, like all of us, maybe a little too much. Okay, he didn't want to put a whole lot of speed, but he put enough, like I said, to open a ball up. And the reason why he didn't take a lot of speed, there's a lot of gaps there, and he didn't know exactly what was going to happen. So he wanted to make sure something didn't leak out to, you know, let Skyler bank something back into the balls and really cause some problems for Danny. So really decided to go a little more with the control there. Now you go in the stack or you go behind the 3. Better be real careful if you're going behind the 3. And now, you know, Skyler's got to probably dodge one, whether it's a clean bank on the 14. He's close enough to it. I think he can control it, whether he has to go into the 11 with the cue ball or something else. Does he bank, you know, can he get at the 9 doing something? Does he bank the 14 back into like the 10 where he's looking? Does he play the 14 off the back of the 9 back at his hole? He's just got a lot of different things he can do here. He can 2-rail the 11, dropping the cue ball. He's a little jacked up for that. So he's wanting to go into the balls here. Ooh, and he did real well. That's the big value of that 3 ball down there on the bottom rail. He could really be aggressive, trying to put a lot of pressure on Sky. Now Sky clear everything. Watch out, what's the 4 doing? I was going to say something might come back into the cue ball here. Man, I wonder what shooting the 9 into the rail and letting it come back into the 11, what that does. That's what he's sizing up right now. And with the 14 being there, you know, a lot of good things could happen here. If he could drop the cue ball down to the bottom cushion, he'd really like it. But it looks like to me, to hit the 11 effectively, he kind of has to hold the cue ball right there maybe. Again, I think a little bit of one that Skyler's got to dodge something. Could possibly have to dodge something here. He didn't catch it because he wanted to move the cue ball down and ironically gave up a clean bank on the 14 where Sky can maybe go into the 2 with the cue ball. Or heck with it, just bank it in and go up table with the cue ball and bury a long one from there. I mean, the bank on the 14 is sitting so nice. Not sure I overthink this one if I'm Sky Woodward. Going to make this a really, really high rate. He may have given up a starter on the stripe just left of the 8 ball there. Is that the 14 ball maybe? Does the 8-12 go? Okay, these are all like do or die as far as game 4 for Danny. Yeah. Yeah, he was trying to get enough on it. He got too much on it and overcut it just a hair. So Skyler knows big reprieve there. I'm going to say he's got to watch out here that's playing the combo. Balls could get kind of funny. Like that ball got on the point. Doesn't mean the 6 is such a hanger. He may have to play the 11 and come back across with the cue ball here. Making sure he's got a lot of room for error on the 11. Like I said, should just come across where he's at now. That's pretty perfect. Now the 10 doesn't pass the 1. The good thing is if he can get shape on the 3 or, here in a bit, he can drop on the 1 and go from there. But okay, killed it nice. So going to drop short side here on the stripe that's near Danny's pocket. Wouldn't be horrible. If he gets proper there, he can maybe come 1 row into the 10 with the cue ball. I think he got perfect. Now he either comes up, make a decision. Do you want to apply a little inside and go into the 10, or do you go all the way for the 3? Okay, he just went in and came for the 3 because he knows that with an angle he can go into the 10 or hold the ball for the 1. Just rub the 10 a little bit here. Now Skyler playing for 2 to get us to a hill-hill match between 2 of the definitely top American players in the game. Danny a little more on the action side of it. Skyler a little more on the tournament side of it. Don't think you can't shoot at this, so he's sizing up what's he want to do for shape. He's a little flat. That side pocket's there in the way. Do I stun over for the 10 and maybe get in trouble, or just take the bank on the 3? Now, the thing about the 3 is, unless he's playing it with speed to get it out of there or pocket speed to make it, that could get him in trouble as well. But it looks like he hit it perfect. It's going to tie this match at 2 apiece. Danny will be breaking off here on the hill. Danny had a shot there, and not saying he would have got out, but he had some balls that were open after that miss, so just got to leave that behind. Danny's always, in my opinion, been one of the better breakers in the game of 1 pocket. He takes a little risk the way he breaks. It puts a little more extra spin and stroke into it, but gets a lot out of it when he's hitting it well. Puts a lot of pressure on you. Similar to Cliff Joyner years ago, one of the all-time greats in the game. You could even hear it, a little more effort into that spin. Taking a little more chance of hitting them a little heavier, get a little more out of the rack, opening the balls, and really being able to kill that cue ball. Now this is one, if you know how to kick at this ball, you can kick it, bank it into the lower part of the stack and bring the cue ball one rail up the side rail. It's a little flat for that shot, but it is doable. Now he can just make the ball and put it in the stack, not a big deal. Got to make sure he's not giving up a long railer on the 1 or the 9. Can't kick to the side rail too easily, though, I don't think. Not with a lot of control, anyways. Okay, he's going on the bottom rail. He's got to put some steam on this. Yeah, I was going to say, you got to put some power on it. See, the cue ball was trying to creep up. But you got to get in there a little deeper. Usually don't use outside English, just straight draw. That makes the cue ball, the ball cut a little more, get a little more speed on the cue ball, and it draws up this side rail a little higher. Again, he's probably got to dodge a little bit of one, that being Skyler. Maybe the 4 into the 7 and bring the cue ball up the side rail a little bit. Got to be careful of a kiss shot on the 3. I think I would just bury him behind the 6 here if I could. He may not be able to get to the bottom of the 4. Looks like he can to me, though. Oh, yeah, he could. Now is the 4 gonna... Not bad, though. Looks like to me you can see the 9, maybe. Not bad. 14 ball banks, though. Be scary to me. Got the cue ball to where not much option on the 1, if any at all. That's the thing with these banks. When the balls are goofy, you got to be careful. That being if you're Skyler in the last shots, because players are looking for that shot that they can turn into free or somewhat free, or they can see a lot of value in it to shoot it in and try and steal these matches and games and matches from you. So, and I just mean from the situation. I wouldn't call an erase to 3 anybody a big favorite in this match. Thing about this, it looks like to me the bank goes just clean. And the way the balls are sitting, I mean, I don't know if I try to put extra spin on this, trying to get the cue ball safe here, Danny, trying to go 1 row into the 12 or any of that. You may make the balls easier for Sky. I think I may just level out and go ahead and bank this in and go straight up the table. See, because now you gave up a shot trying to do all this extra stuff with the cue ball. And it's a learning thing right there, but you got to look at the table and say, man, the 6 and 8 don't go. 5-3 were tied up. Of course, the 12 sticks out there, but nothing else really went. And if he just leveled out and banked the 14 and went 1 rail right up, up the table, giving up a shot on the 12, it's not the end of the world. And I think he makes the bank a lot. Oh, that's too thick. Okay, so Danny Smith. Did he get a little straight here? And he got a little jacked up. So this next shot's huge. Can he spin up and simply get on the 9? Does that take him any further? He could get jacked up. This first shot got him in a little bit of trouble. Like to draw this if possible, probably. Yeah, like that. Looks like he's got a draw off the 10. Maybe holds for the bank on the 12. I doubt it. Probably comes up for either the 1 or the 9. Oh, he did hold for the bank. So he was on a draw line that was bringing the cue ball back towards the side pocket. So Hill didn't want to take any chances, and I don't blame him. Got a little flat here. He'd like to be able to stun the cue ball behind the 3 and the, try and get on the 6-8 and all that. So big decision here. Because again, that 6-8 sitting nice for Danny, but also sitting nice for Skyler on the bottom rail. I think that's a smart shot if you're Danny. I think the balls were laying a little funny. Okay, he's got to be careful leaving the kick on the 6-8 here. Tell you what, I may just roll on the 2 ball here. I think leave the cue ball near that 5. I don't think he can do much from there. I think everything's doubled up pretty much. The 1's not shootable. It's on a scratch. Can't afford to cut at the 12 and give up the 3, the 6, or the 8. The 11 doesn't pass the 9. He wouldn't be able to see the 9. I think he's in a sticky situation here. He's got to be really, really careful. Is he just going to play this across? Yeah, I'd leave the 3 there, I think. Just roll off of his right side of the 2, bring the cue ball near the 5. Doesn't leave a kick on the 6-8. I don't think it leaves a shot on the 6-8. The 3 will be in the way. He's looking at playing the 3 back across and bringing that cue ball up that side rail there. And nothing wrong with that either. But you want things to definitely turn out the way you want them. And he did really well with the cue ball, I think. Yeah. Kind of ended up in a similar position anyways. 3 a little above the 6-8. Now he did remove that 12 a little bit. A little further away from Danny's pocket. Danny's got to be a little careful here. Not sure what he's looking at. 2 off the 1 maybe, or 2 into the 1, just kind of holding the cue ball. Sizing up some options. I'm not sure what the shot really is. No, he doesn't want to give up a little, he wants something down near the pocket. That way Skyler can't just clip off the 12 or the 3 and run the cue ball over behind the 9. So he wants to change up the way the balls are positioned a little bit. Okay, he wanted to get that 1 down there, something down there to maybe keep Skyler off of what I was talking about, chipping off the 12 or the 3 and bringing the cue ball over behind the 9. Now he can see the 2. That would be bad, because maybe he can get the 2 into the 8 and maybe make the 6. I think it's close. Well, I'm not sure what he's doing here. Is soft kicking the 1? Oh, he's shooting the 2, and obviously wanted to get the cue ball down behind the 1, but And this is the difficult part of the game when you have options. I think, he can maybe get him behind the 6 here. I don't know. But does he get the 3 all the way over? Or does he leave, Skyler an option to kick behind the 1 and put him in trouble? Like I said, difficult part of the game when you have options and it's, the balls are in kind of like very dangerous positions for both players. And now he got that 12 across. That helps. Made the kick very difficult for Skyler. Skyler's probably just got to play off the 3, moving the 3 a little bit. He's going to look at what kind of double ups I have, but pretty hard to rely on that. Hate for your opponent to make one good shot, beat you. Although, you got to make more balls and make more good shots, but the better the players, that's how it goes a lot of times. These guys make an incredible shot. Now, he's going to challenge Danny. Maybe gets the cue ball over the 5. That would be something really nice. Wow, look at that. Is he cutting this ball here, thin? And running the cue ball? Maybe cutting to make it. Uh-oh. Yeah, just caught a little too thin. Skyler wants to play probably for the 3. We'll see. Don't think the 2-8 is too tough. Not something you really want to play, but 13 doesn't go. Balls near the spot go, though, so. It's close enough to this. He should be able to hold for the 3 pretty easily, but does he get an angle to move the cue ball? Okay, he could get up for the 11. That's a nice shot. And stay off the rail with the cue ball. So now he can pull the cue ball back. Don't think he'll bump that ball. Yeah. Draw softly. Think the 1 goes, maybe. 7 definitely goes. Didn't take any chances. He's got himself a little jacked up here on the 3, but I think he can draw out of it. And what he did on the last shot is he said to himself, I'm definitely getting position on at least 1 ball here, that being the 3, and not making any huge mistakes with the cue ball. Now, does he pull this back? Does he take the bank? I think he draws it back. No, he could stun out for the bank. Got a little straight. So I was wondering why, maybe he would have drawn back on that last, just because this 1 is not. Even if you get a little underneath it, man, you got to turn loose the cue ball. So that's a nice shot there, getting the 1 on his side and hiding it. Huge when it comes to like keeping Danny from trying to make a nice aggressive play on you, trying to make a comeback here. So really smart shot. Little, takes a little execution, but smart shot. How's Danny clip the 12 and go all the way down table, leaving him long and straight on the 1? You don't figure, but maybe. So you're looking at taking a foul here, kicking 2 rails to hit this ball. Let's see what Skyler decides to play here. Just clip the bottom of that 7 and drop him behind the 12 again. Yeah, he didn't want to let him have the 1. That one you got to hit a little thicker and a little softer. Don't worry about the 7 getting back over. Danny's definitely going to do something off the 1 here, whether it's off the 14, just a clean bank of some sort. Heavy spinner one way or another with inside or outside, depending on how he wants to play it. Probably left English, just turning the cue ball a little loose. And he caught it thick, and the cue ball didn't run like he wanted either. That's going to give up a shot on the 11 and really a game winner and match winner for Sky if he can knock this one down. Skyler making sure he's gotten everything how he wants it. Like I said, this 11 really is the match winner. He can drop for the 1, or I believe the 7 or the 14 both go. It's probably going to be conceded, the last one. And it is. Well, there you go. Danny Smith is eliminated from the 2020 Derby City Classic One Pocket Division. Skyler Woodward will move on to the 7th round, undefeated. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm Jeremy Jones with Railbirds TV. We'll have more for you coming shortly. Have a good night.